Good day, guys and girls, and welcome to another vlog. On today's episode, we are in Liverpool and we are going to catch up and see what the old heart is saying. If you watch previous episodes, I did explain on one of them that I do have what's classed as an athlete's heart, and I am on my checkup for that. I'm also using today's vlog to talk about what I found the hardest in prep. And I actually think I'm gonna walk for an hour and a half from Liverpool station to the hospital to get my steps in. We're 3 weeks out of prep, so every single opportunity to get them in counts. I'll also update you on prep as well. But for now, let's dominate together, live forever. So we are an hour and 25 minutes away. Let's fucking do it. Let's get the steps in. So for those that don't know or didn't see the episode, last year I took part in a study at Liverpool University for assisted athletes, as you all know. It's no secret. And it turned out that I had an enlarged atrium. No, not atrium, ventricle, the one that pumps. So the wall was a little bit thicker than usual. Because of that, I had extensive tests. I had an MRI, CT, normal, ECG, normal, ejection fraction, which is where the blood pumps, a little bit low, but relatively normal. So what it was actually diagnosed as is an athlete's heart. Now, this isn't just assisted athletes. This is for anyone who takes part in sport. A lot of guys that do, and girls, that do cardio events, they have the same thing. Obviously, the heart is a muscle. The more it pumps, the thicker and bigger it's gonna get. It's no different to any other muscle. So, because I am assisted, we're playing on the safe side, and we are having yearly checkups, which I'm eternally grateful for. The goal was last time, or the plan was, just before show, so when I'm peak tiredness and assisted, even though we are running lower assistance than ever, which is very good, and it shows in my blood work, which has been actually incredible, it's still good to test at the peak level of body stress. So I'm now on my way to the hospital. I'm going to listen to Sam Sulek's podcast he just did with, what's his face? Modern Wisdom guy, that pretty one. It's a very good one so far. Right, ciao. We are here, 10,000 steps later. We have arrived at Liverpool Chest and Heart Hospital. Let's fucking go. So we have made it. We are in Starbucks. We've got a big cup. It's not quite Sports Direct, but it'll do. It's a good brew. 2 bags in Starbucks, 2 bags. It's all you need. It's that fresh leaf tea stuff. Magical, love it. It's not Yorkshire, but it's not bad. Anyway, we went in and it literally took 10 minutes. She rubbed the jelly on. We got rubbed with the camera thing that they use. My medical knowledge isn't great, so I'm not sure what they actually did, but I'm going to get the results in a couple of weeks. When I first found out that I had an enlarged heart, I initially had a massive shock, and I'm like, God, no, I quit everything. I quit everything because it's terrifying to know something like that, and that the sport you were doing is putting you at harm. But then after speaking to my coach and doing a little bit of ChatGPT research, I found out that it's actually pretty normal within bodybuilding, and it's actually normal within sport in general. But you never want to take it too far, do you? And I know I'm 44, I'm a dad, and I want to be around for my son and my family, and I know that one day bodybuilding will finish. And I love it. I absolutely love bodybuilding. It's the one sport I've stuck to and really, really loved. And my bodybuilding age isn't that old. And your age is pretty much when you've been training serious or just before you start competing to where you are now. So my bodybuilding age is only about 4 years old, I'd say, all in all, which is relatively young. But it is definitely time to start thinking about after bodybuilding. And the ironic thing is, I'm in Liverpool right now, and this was the last marathon that I ever ran. And one of my original goals was to complete all the world major marathons. Now, I've done New York, Berlin, Chicago, which means to complete them, I've got London, Tokyo, and Boston left to do. So I think my goal, once I finish this, will probably to be getting back into running. I probably will, because I do miss parts of running and I do miss parts of cycling. But for now, I just love this life. I love the life that bodybuilding has given me. A lot of people hate on bodybuilding, but that's usually the people that have tried and failed. And rather than taking responsibility or ownership, they just blame everything on bodybuilding. And then you've got the other people who haven't got much of a life going on, so they make bodybuilding their entire identity. And they're not particularly great bodybuilders, and they find themselves a little bit destroyed by it. But if you can be in a position where you can make it part of your identity, not all of your identity, and realise it's part of your life, not all of your life, unless you're like Jay Cutler, Philly, Cuba even, if you're at that level, it's a beautiful, amazing thing that can improve your life from every single aspect area, and I fucking love it. And I love looking like this. Just on the train now, reading 5 Types of Wealth by Sahil Bloom, and honestly, this guy, I subscribe to his emails, and the wisdom and knowledge I get from him is unreal. I love this guy. I found him through James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits. He recommended him. And honestly, if you're going to read a book or subscribe to anyone's email list, get on him. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. Love it. So I was going to talk about what I found hard on this prep so far. To be honest, this has been the easiest prep. And I don't know whether that's because this is the 3rd one I've done now, or if it is just indeed been the easiest, or possibly I've never been this muscular before. And because I'm more muscular, it requires less work to get this lean, which is a good thing. We've definitely gained 10 pounds of muscle in the off season. And as Cuba says, the quality of your prep the success of your prep is determined by the quality of your off season. And it's the best off season I ever had. And I'm so happy that we've done that, because now I've implied that through my clients. And a perfect example of that is Phoebe on the team. Like, the way that girl attacked her off season, she literally just followed every single word I said. Even off-plan meals, every single word. I had to tell her sometimes to go and have one. And now she's rebounding from her shows, and the girl's doing incredible, and 2027 is going to be her year. But she's just the example of someone who has nailed her off-season and prep, and lead by example, as they say. So definitely a productive off-season. More experience, so you are more used to the emotions and the feelings. So when you kick off, not kicked off actually, I ripped a cupboard door off on my last prep. That's how bad it got. But the more you prep, the more you realise when you are feeling shit or when you're feeling moody, it's not you. It's due to the fact that you have no body fat. Because you have no body fat, you aren't producing hormones. So you're just fucking everywhere, and that is worse for females. So there's that. And yeah, we've never ran calories this high, I guess. So if I had to say what's been the worst thing so far and what I found most difficult, it's actually, I think we got about 5 weeks in prep and we were ahead. So we had a refeed week, and that was amazing. And then again, we carried on, and then we got ahead of ourselves again. And QB said, right, we're going to have a refeed again. So here's me thinking, oh yeah, 2 or 3 days. 3 weeks. So for 3 weeks, we went up to 4,700 calories. And that sent my head a bit west, because when you diet, basically your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, they completely just disappear. So you are telling yourself you're starving all the time. And when you do eat, you do not know when you are full. because of this, when I'm eating 4,600 calories, it just wasn't enough. And then by the end of the first week, I was working out in my head, right, instead of having 500 grams of rice today, I could have 300 grams of rice and 4 Rice Krispie Squares, even though I know it doesn't work like that. But I did. And one day I binged massively. I just thought to myself before the end of the night, I want a slice of bread. So I had a slice of bread, and then I saw bananas on the side. I'm like, I want a banana sandwich. So I made a banana sandwich. And then I saw honey. I'm like, I want some toast and honey. And before I knew it, I think I had like 10 slices of bread. And then I wanted a Rice Krispie Square. And the bad thing is, because I've got a 2-year-old son, I know there's food in that cupboard. So that is my worst experience of this prep. And I did feel shit afterwards. And I suppose the other struggle is not feeling lean enough, not feeling in enough, even though, like I say, this is the most muscular I've been 4 weeks out. I've never had glute striations this far out. I actually first got glute striations about 7 or 8 weeks out, which is nuts. I've never had that. But for me, prep isn't something you should moan about. Like, there's so many people out there at the minute who are saying how hard prep is and how it's ruined them and how they're hating every second of it. It's like, look, this is choice. Everything in life is choice. As soon as you realize everything is choice, that gives you ultimate power over everything and anything. You don't need to do anything you don't want to do. You don't need to put yourself through anything you don't want to. So being on prep and bodybuilding is a privilege, and I fucking love the challenge. And on that note, bon voyage. Very quick short one today, and my throat started to hurt for no reason whatsoever. Guys, let's dominate together, live forever. Let's go.